Good morning, it is Clay Trader at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they unfold. It's actually 9:24 a.m. Eastern time. Have a pre-market trade out there right now on DD to short initial position at 73.50. So thought, hey, why not maybe try to capture some before hours trading here, pre-market trading, whatever you want to call it. So if that looks like it's going to get filled before the opening bell, I will let you know, but as it stands right now, still about 6 minutes until the official opening bell. All right, I have an order in at 48.35 for this first section, or first building position, I should say. And just 1 second here. Why is my chart not updating? All right, I got to cancel that out of there. Why is this not? All right, I will be back. All right, I am back. My charts, I believe, are working now. And no, now they're stuck right there. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I do like, there we go. Let's see, now they're moving. Come on, D-Signal. What's your deal? All right, I will pause it and see if I can figure out what's going on. All right, now they seem to be working. Yep, now they're working good. Actually, what is that? So I'm going to go up to 49.65. Sorry, I had to change that because my chart, what I'm looking at right now, is changing. So 49.65 is that current area I'm looking to. Actually, I got to get an alert set to the room real quick on this one. How high did, wait a minute. Went up as high as 49.30. Okay, so this one's kind of all over the place. So I'll pause it and I'll look for some other entries too. All right, I have an order and now I had to move that up a little bit at 49.85. This is actually coming from the 5-minute chart, which you can't see on the screen here. But this is based off of that time frame. So let's see if it can get up there and fill me. Again, this would just be my initial entry point. So it's getting close. All right, I'm going to pause it. We're already 3 minutes in and not a single trade, so this is kind of bad from a video production point of view. So I'm going to pause it. All right, right when I did that, I hit the wrong button and I got myself short at 49.70, which isn't terrible. I'm not worried about it, but also not the plan. So that's why I just wanted to hop out there quickly. I meant to. That's what I did. Typed in the wrong number. I want to go at 50.25 now for my next entry point. So 50.25, I typed in 49.25, so that's why I got filled right away. But like I said, it was still a fine order, but at the end of the day, it wasn't the entry point that I wanted, so just hopped out quickly there. So 26 bucks real quick. Let's see if it can get up there through 50. Have an order at 74.50 to short on DD. So we'll see if it can get up there or not. I will keep you updated on that one. All right, on WYNN here, have an order out at 68.46 or 68.45 to try to cover, or excuse me, to try to short. Let me bring up the WYNN chart here. So I'm in there. So this will be, like I said, just my first entry. So I'll scatter out some orders there, but like I said, I'm interested in building some more. So let's see kind of where this one starts to settle down here a little bit. Try for some more up there at 69.25 and 69.30. So clearly not the best initial entry on my part, so I need to accept that and just look to kind of scale out here a little bit closer to where, you know, I got in. So if it does pull back, if not, like I said, I'm still plenty fine with building a bigger position, but you know, got to acknowledge that that wasn't quite the best entry point there to be getting in at. So we'll have to sit back and see what happens here. So we'll see if it can pull back a little bit. So I got out 200 share or 300 shares. So I'm actually just going to look to cover the rest of those at 68.51, which is just 200 shares. And that'd give me a loss on those shares. But like I said, got to acknowledge that the fact that didn't quite get the best entry point. Now I'm still fine in terms of, you know, building a bigger position here, but at the same time, you know, if the price wants to have me get out here, you know, that's perfectly fine too. So let's see, I got out some at 36 and then those ones out at 40. And now it's just kind of slopping around here a little bit back and forth. So broke up through there. Looks like I'll be able to build in my position, which I'm totally fine with here. I will pause it and keep you posted. All right, it's narrowing back towards my potential exit point at 51, but now it's hopping back up. So I'll try to capture the exit. All right, it's sitting right there at the best bid, but all right, so out there, $7. And now, of course, it rolls back over, but that's besides the point. That was just not a very good entry. So at that point, as you saw, I canceled my orders to, you know, short more, and I was pretty much in just risk mitigation loss. I mean, I would have been perfectly fine if I had to take a loss at this one. I got out with $7 win, but and yes, I realize it's falling, but this is that's the consequence of when you don't quite get the right entry point. You know, that's what happens. Sometimes you just have to take yourself out of a trade because there was no guarantee that it was going to roll over like this. It could have shot back up. So just totally had to kind of control the trade right there. So a failed trade in terms of, you know, what exactly was going on, you know, in hindsight. 68.45 just wasn't a very good entry point. So, or excuse me, 49.65 wasn't a very good. Now I'm confusing myself. I'm looking at the wrong orders on here. Yeah, 68.45 wasn't a very good entry point. I realize now, what are you talking about? You could be covering, but keep in mind that is hindsight. So had to just get out. And I know probably not the most exciting thing, but actually that's probably a good lesson. Hopefully people are realizing that sometimes when you get a bad trade, it kind of screws everything else up, and then you just got to admit that you got a bad entry point, and then you just got to kind of trade around that. So that's what I did, and you know, $7, but I guess better than actual loss. But let's see if I can find another trade. Looking back on WYNN, obviously hindsight now also on my part, but now I'm feeling very good that I just hopped out there. Sure, I didn't maximize much, but if I, you know, was greedy and looking for more, it would have, you know, wicked on me here and then started to totally turn around, and now it's breaking out to new highs. So now with hindsight, at my back, now I'm feeling good. At first, it was kind of rough watching it, but you know, at this time, you know, I'm feeling good. So I'm gonna use hindsight, like I said, to pat myself on the back. I do have another order out to short at 70.25, so we'll see if it can get up there or not. But you know, definitely gotta, you know, let this one get good and overextended before I even try to enter it. Before I give some final thoughts here as I wrap things up, I quickly want to go over this as it's the top question I get, especially from the people that do watch these live trade videos. Say, Clay, how are you finding these stocks that you're trading? So what I've done is I've put together this free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I'm using. Keyword being free, I mean, all you got to do is click right there to gain instant access to it. And you can check out what I'm using. So if you think that could add some value to you as a trader, then go for it. Like I said, good risk versus reward, totally free. So little risk other than a few minutes of your time. And like I said, it's a one-page thing. So when I put it together, it's by no means a book or anything where you have to read through pages of pages. It's very, very time efficiently put together. That's probably the best way to put it. So like I said, if you want to, you can check that out. Close the day up, or not the day, I should say, the morning up at $33. And I was thinking about maybe doing some more trades, but I think just ending it here provides a very good example of just how kind of a bad entry point can corrupt and kind of pollute a trade plan. But the key thing is you just got to acknowledge yourself, hey, you know what? I made a mistake. I didn't get in. Not a mistake. I was just wrong. A better way to put it, I was wrong. The entry point that I thought was going to be a good entry point turned out to be wrong. But hey, guess what? If you can't handle being wrong, if you can't handle admitting to yourself that you were wrong, then trading is not for you, because it's going to happen. So the sooner you can admit it, then you can at least keep things under control. Like I said, that one very well could have turned out to a loss. Many times that would turn out to a loss, but in this case, it just happened to turn out to a small little winner. But that's the power of acknowledging pretty quickly, hey, you know what? Ego aside, I was wrong. Now let's, trade plans are fluid. Now let's, manipulate things around to not let things spin out of control. So like I said, I don't want to come across like they're always winners. No, that could have very well been, $75, $100 loss. Nothing huge, but, in this case, it turned out to work out okay. But I think that's has to do a lot with you just got to be able to admit that you're wrong. So I'm blabbering now, so I'll just wrap it up there. One final thing, if you find these helpful, click that like button, leave comments. Stuff like that really does let me know whether or not this is even worth my time, putting these together. So if you find it helpful, definitely share the video and like the video. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good rest of the week.